Yeah. Oi, walk on. Has man replied yet?
Flee Falls, boy. Yeah. Fuck with me, Harlem.
Sorry, Mel, this is hard.
I promise, nigga, I guarantee it. I put my stamp of fucking authenticity, nigga. Ain't no nigga better than me in this fucking planet. I swear to God. Bitch, I'm on my shit again.
Oh, shit. That's when you come. Don't do that.
I missed that.
That sounded crazy.
You don't think it's weird that nothing ever happened with that fucking hit smash song that Future and Drake made with Tim?
Drake don't do a diss like an outright diss song where it's a headshot. He's gonna set it up like war.
But like, if I ask you, for example, like, how does that verse start?
And I know that no matter what, it's not a nigga on this earth that can ever fuck with me in my life.
Started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Wait. Today's one, we're gonna be dissecting some beef.
Pause. Monetize.
Oh God, that was crazy.
Big pause.
Big pause, in fact. That was wild. It's a wild statement. So today I thought I'd start with, first of all, before I get into that, like, share, comment, subscribe. Today's one will be a quicker one, I hope. However, dissecting some beef, we're going to be talking about Kendrick versus Drake, Drake versus Future, Kendrick versus Jcole, Big Sean.
Fuck out of here, nigga!
All right.
What the fuck wrong with you, boy?
And also, because I'm from the UK, we're going to talk about Bugzy versus Stormzy, and let's see where this goes. I think it's important to say this, that the Kendrick and Drake aspect of this beef has been going on. It's been long standing. You've got the control verse, which Drake commented to as well, kind of sunning him in a sort of way, saying, you know, who still listens to it, keep constantly referring to him as someone that is really talented, someone that he viewed as on the come up compared to where Drake is.
He's the new guy to love, and of course, I mean, rightfully so. He's super talented, you know. But thank you. But he's like, you know, he is the underdog that's extremely hungry. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing really well. And that verse was. He's giving people like moments, you know, like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now at this point in time? Okay. And then it was real cool for like, you know, a couple weeks. But like, if I asked you, for example, like, how does that verse start? Or maybe it was you that was like, is Kendrick Lamar your biggest competition like in this generation or whatever? Yeah. And I think that Kendrick has like the utmost potential, man. Like, you know, I see Kendrick tomorrow, I'm gonna dap him. I didn't feel a way about that verse. I get it. I get the moment. Like, you know, he's a good guy. And like, I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs and it was all love. So
and I guess, like Joe Budden said, everyone is inferior to Drake in sales wise, so I think that's why Drake probably viewed him as someone who was on the come up, especially that period. I think that was just after Poetic Justice came out. He kind of used, in my opinion, from what Drake has said and all the things Drake has said, that Kendrick is someone who uses this as a form of attention and says who really talks about Kendrick other than the moments that he creates, and bigs him up for that. Does he sneak this in? I do think he does. I think he sneaks a lot of people, like Kanye said.
Drake don't do a diss like an outright diss song where it's a headshot. He's gonna set it up like war. You know what I'm saying?
Calculated and strategy.
Yeah, when people went to go get Hitler, they didn't go straight for Hitler. They set up fake tanks. They set up this, they this. So he gonna do stuff like live 5 blocks down the street from you. DM
what
every.
He said crept through the light switch. Is that
yeah.
what you told me?
He gonna like go and, you know, DM every single girl in your family, every single girl around your family, everybody, all your niggas, girl. He's gonna.
Really?
So it becomes like. So you already got that. It's like away games and home games and stuff like in football, and this is professional rap. This is the first time we in a place of like professional rap. So all that's there. So if he throws out a bar right here, it might be a bar only like what Pac said, you and I know what's going on. Right? But it's all psychological, right?
Drake isn't someone who does a typical diss. It tends to be quite calculated. It tends to be quite thought out. It tends to be quite psychological, passive aggressive. You know, even the way he came out on stage, Drake, and, you know, said what he said.
A lot of people ask me how I'm feeling. I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling. And listen, the way I'm feeling is the same way I want you to walk out of here feeling tonight about your fucking self. Cause you know how I'm feeling? I got my fucking head up high, my back straight. I'm 10 fucking toes down in Florida or anywhere else I go. And I know that no matter what, it's not a nigga on this earth that can ever fuck with me in my life. And that's how I want you to walk out of here tonight.
Which was wild to me. Why that clip was interesting to me is that, I don't know, it seemed a bit bitch made. I'm not calling Drake a bitch, but it just seemed a bit feminine. It seemed quite light skinned, if I'm being honest. I think the Kendrick and Drake aspect of this beef has been long-standing, long-going. You know, even the line where he says, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Interesting. Again, I can't really put a clip of the songs because you're not copyrighting me for shit. It's been a long-standing issue, the Drake and Kendrick aspect of it. I think the more interesting aspect of his verse is that he believes first-person shooter mode was a sneak diss, and if you do listen to it, there are often times where, if you do listen to it, there's often times that Jcole first said it's K-Dot, Aubrey and me, and then goes on to refer to just him and Drake, saying the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. Very interesting. I do like that aspect of it. I do think we all need a rap beef. We need to energize the scene. Jcole versus Kendrick is extremely interesting. I do think he views Jcole and Drake's relationship, friendship as fake.
You are genuinely, without a doubt, one of the greatest rappers to ever touch a mic. And I want to let you know, it's way too many people in the world that think and know that Jcole is at top on the post.
And I think Kendrick thinks all their relationships are fake. I think he thinks a lot of people don't fuck with Drake. Travis was repeating the Like That song. By the way, the Like That song samples 3 songs. It samples Everlasting Bass, also samples Easy Does It by Eazy-E, also samples, only a little bit though, Pop the Bottles with Birdman and Lil Wayne. Great track by Metro Boomin. Also, it's interesting the Future and Drake aspect of this. And, you know, Joe Budden said this.
And back to my Future, Metro Boomin, Drake tension. Mm-hmm. You don't think it's weird that nothing ever happened with that fucking hit smash song that Future and Drake made with Tim's?
What do you mean? Nothing
Wait
happened?
for you.
It was a hit.
When you say,
it was a hit.
When you say
I know it was a hit. It was a smash.
So what you mean? Nothing happened with it.
Never heard it again. That's weird.
It don't come on.
That's weird for you to have that smash.
It don't come on.
And both of y'all act like it don't exist. That's weird. I still feel like Future's the one person that Drake should
leave him alone.
Yeah.
Well, you saying leave him alone just because of what he can do as far as a record goes, or because I don't think musically it's leave him alone.
I think musically it's leaving alone, but I think
Drake?
Yeah, but with any of the people that's on the leave it alone list, for me it ain't really just about the music. It's just that person.
Mm.
I do the one place where I will see an issue where you might want to leave him alone is Drake's shots are usually you don't have money and you don't have bitches.
Can't do nothing with Future.
I don't agree with Joe Budden that Drake can't test Future. I think bars-wise, Drake is actually a little bit above Future, if I'm being quite frank. I also think that Future's bars at times can be quite lazy. I think he's got a lot of dirt on him, and it seems to be that this beef is about a girl. There seems to be some sneak disses in More M's, which everyone thought originally was a sneak diss to Metro Boomin, and I think it's actually quite clever and does fit what Kanye said about Drake with that Drake is very psychological with his disses, you know. So on More M's, Drake says, but if I send a verse to their ass, they take it. Shoot a video arm around me, like we aces, or popping out my shows, jumping around like we on stages. Again, something that Joe Budden said that's quite interesting. Waiting for You, which was a massive song, hasn't got a lot of replay value. They don't jump out for each other coming out, playing the song and performing the song together, which was interesting. There seems to be some sort of tension between them. More M's seem to be an innuendo of that. You know, a lot of people online have speculated that the Butterfly Effect from Her Loss, which is an amazing album, has created this tension between Metro Boomin and Future, which a lot of people have also said, DJ Academics specifically, that Metro Boomin has been doing a lot of pillow talking
about how much you hate Drake. Okay, just stop. By the way, that did not come. That came from. I'll tell you where, if Metro is ever watching, you got some LA bitches that you be going over there laying with. When you get that pussy, nigga, it look like all you be doing is this.
And saying how he doesn't like Drake, and Drake has come out and said, you know, because Metro Boomin deleted a tweet saying that there's a lot of disrespect for his album Superheroes and Villains, Her Loss being promoted over it, and thought it was unfair. Drake, you know, stared at the camera.
And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
And said, you know, they make him sick to his stomach farms. So I do want to see the Future and Drake beef, see where it goes. And also with Big Sean's beef, you know.
As I was saying.
But Jcole and Kendrick, that's another interesting beef. I do want to see where that goes as well. There's more to dissect with the Future and Drake one as well. There seems to be a lot of innuendos that they've dropped to each other, a lot of subliminals that I'll be breaking down. Let's look at it. In Drake's deluxe album, What Would Pluto Do? More subliminals. On Future and Metro Boomin's collaborative album, the title song, We Don't Trust You, sneak dissing, I Don't Understand, dog, pillow talking, acting like Fed, dog, I don't need another fake friend, dog, can't be a hoe cause we sharing, dog, in your feelings, nigga, why you playing, dog. The album itself is called We Don't Trust You, which is interesting. If Future's tagline is, if Metro don't trust you, then we gon' shoot you, which is interesting. Metro Boomin and Future have a very close relationship. Metro Boomin and Drake don't get on. It's no shock that Future's taking his side, and I think we all want to see the Future and Drake beef and see where it goes. Drake screaming with his muscle suit on the stage isn't enough. We need to hear a response. But we love rap, we love the sport of rap, and Drake will respond.
Are we still wearing the crown? And I am not handing it down. Six need an exorcist. That little nigga don't know what big stepping is. Him out the shadows to prove that he relevant. See me and Cole running shit like a peloton. Stride ain't enough to be stepping to me. That name dropping shit ain't impressive to me. You pussy, it took you a decade to speak. The K gotta die, knock your head off your shoulders. Man, fuck all them Grammys, I'm best in the league. Then y'all can debate about the 2 or the 3. That shot value verse ain't gonna do it for me. I've been in the field while you sit on the bleachers. I gave you your start, you was crowing with me. You pump out his chest trying to prove he elite. My punchlines will knock out that little boy's teeth. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Bought you a stepper, but I got you looking real sweet.
It will be in his own way, in his own sort of passive aggressive way, sort of like what he did with Search and Rescue, where he has the ad lib, okay, every time, take me out the trap, okay, take me out the trap, okay, using Kim Kardashian's voice, big subliminal. So let's see where this goes. I think we're all excited for it. I think when you look back at More M's, Her Loss as an album generally, the fact that More M's is a Metro Boomin beat as well. I think Drake has been sending sly subliminals to Future for a while. I think they've all been pillow talking, and I believe generally it's all about a girl. All about a girl. So, hey man, women are the fall of many male friendship. Funny thing that is. And I think maybe Drake got in his feelings about the girl, and Future's a bit like, fuck this guy. Maybe, I'm just speculating, I don't know, but let's see how it unfolds. I'm excited to see that too. And just on the Jcole and Kendrick aspect of it as well, I think the most interesting thing about the Kendrick and Jcole beef is that they're two barsers and they're gonna go at it. I think Kendrick is insinuating that Jcole is fake and sold out to work with Drake. doesn't respect them, thinks first person shooter mode's a sneak diss, doesn't rate the numbers that Drake has gotten, and thinks that most of it's quite inflated, and thinks he's better. Prince outlived Mike Jack, so he thinks he's gonna outlive what the legacy that Drake has given, and thinks Jcole is fake. So that's my 2 cents on the Jcole aspect of it. But let's move to the UK, cross the pond, and talk about the Bugzy and Stormzy beef. Well, Bugzy started it with his GRM Daily Duppy, saying the lines, and I can't lie, my dark side, I be thinking, chin him on the red carpet, my guy. There's a storm incoming, let me drop the gear to third. Still can't believe he thinks that's his bird. If she flies the nest and settles with another pigeon, give her back to the street. And I'll also say this to you guys, and it's quite obvious to me that quite often when Storms has been sneak diss, Maya has been mentioned. I've heard rumors that there's more to their original breakup than what meets the eye. Maybe that might explain why there was such a big apology tour.
It's like, it's, as I said, it's not just my truth. It's me throwing Maya out there as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, that's her, that's something we shared, and it's on a public forum. Like, everything happened so publicly. It was a public, but it was a hot topic, and then I'm going on record now, and I'm apologizing, and I'm just
constantly being sneak dissed for it. She was gonna marry Benjamin Simmons, or Ben Simmons. I don't know why I said his full name. Fucking hell. Again, I don't want to say what I heard, because shout out to the people that told me. I don't want to stick them in it. Also, shout out to Storms. Never had a problem with him. Always liked his music. Always liked him. So I don't want to speak on a rumor when I don't really know if it's true. However, these slight innuendos about her maybe being a hoe, maybe being something else. I never said she was a hoe. Just kind of quoting what was said. We want it addressed. In the UK, we are screaming out for this scene to pop at the moment. All we really have is Central C. You know, there's a lot of good music, but it's not popping. It's not, you know, got the streets firing. And this Bugzy Malone diss to Storms has got the streets firing. It's got people talking. It's got people energized. When I said a lot of rappers, when they're dissing Storms, have mentioned Maya being a something, don't want to call her a hoe, but something like that. There was the line from Wiley, but you can't get your new girl out of your head. Heard she's a goer for the little man them. That's something I shouldn't have said. It's not my business, in fact. You got to keep your image intact. It's crazy. And when you look at the speculation online, I was online, Mimi the blogger replied to one of my tweets, shout out to her, saying that Stormzy does need to reply to both Bugzy and Chip. He has not replied to Chip, and I believe some of his, you know, legitimacy as one of the best rappers in the UK has taken a slight hit because he hasn't replied to Chip. He's said little innuendos, little sneaky pars here and there, but because he hasn't full on addressed Chip in any sort of way, I think there's a little bit of street credibility that has been lost in the general public's eyes. Again, I don't think anyone thinks he's some dickhead or anything like that. However, I think some credibility has been lost. So we do need to hear a reply to both Bugzy and Chip. I think it'd be weird if he did the picky choosy gangster thing and only replied to Bugzy. And, you know, funny enough, shout out to Mimi again for using that line that Chip said. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Clearly, anytime you do diss someone, it is some sort of marketing ploy, and it is a ploy by Bugzy, because I believe he's got an album coming out to help bring some buzz to his album, most definitely. But many rappers have done that, and many rappers will continue to do that. So let's not diss him for that. I kind of want to see where this goes. There seems to be constant innuendos about Maya, his relationship with Maya. I've heard rumors that their breakup was more, well, not what meets the eye. And I think not replying, it's strange to me. Is he gone full gospel, soulful rap where he doesn't engage in this kind of beef? Goes against what he said when he was discussing with Wiley.
Taking shots at them, innit? It's like a live and direct, I'm sending for you, let the war begin, innit? And I, as a Grime MC, couldn't allow that, do you know what I mean, to happen. Like, as I said, like, my DNA and my natural upbringing is I'm an MC first and foremost. Like, being the best in the rooms, like, is paramount to me. That's like first and foremost. So
I want to hear that reply. We all want to hear that reply. And there seems to be some sort of tension as well, you know, talking about chinning him. I know that's just bars, but Bugzy to refer to him with that kind of anger and venom, and constantly Chipmunk saying the image you're portraying is fake and is a lie, and not respecting the image that Storms portrays, you know, you want to see it addressed. You want to see how it goes along. And I just wonder why Stormzy does so much to deflect from the beef. He does have a really pristine, clean image. But I just wonder, even his line in My Presidents Are Black, where he says, you know, I can't war with no broken man. They start a war, it never goes to plan. It made me wonder, was he talking about Chip? And then he addressed it in an interview with, you know, it was about Wiley. And I was like, it doesn't match up, because you did go to war with Wiley. You didn't go to war directly anyway with Chip. How did those bars match up? I don't believe anyone heard those bars and thought, oh, he's talking about Chip. And I just question what is with the evasion of these beef. I wish he would address it maybe in a line or two in some of his songs. He just seems to avoid it, and the conflict avoidance makes you wonder what's really going on. Does he feel above it? We want to hear it. Drake, the biggest rapper in the world, addresses his beef. Kendrick, one of the biggest rappers in the world, addresses his beef. So does Future. So does Jcole. We want to see how that will unfold. We know it will unfold. Shout out to Big Sean in the background somewhere. But with the Storms and Bugzy one, you just want to see it unfold. And I think my fear and what made me want to make this video is that he probably won't. But anyway, we want to hear it. I tried to do a mini analysis of what's going on. Maybe there's some hints about Maya being something, or something bubbling under the surface about him as Maya's relationship. People believing that he's fake. Tried to do a mini analysis about that. Clearly, the Kendrick and Drake beef. Well, Kendrick versus Jcole and Drake. Clearly, he thinks they're fake. He doesn't think they're the best, and thinks first-person shooter mode was a sneak diss. There seems to be a beef between Future and Drake, Metro Boomin as well, that revolves around the girl. Pillow talking, probably on both sides, and I think that's where the beef stems from. However, we will never know. We'll never truly know. Let's enjoy the music that they put out. Let's enjoy speculating if they're this and if they're not. Let's hope that they reply. And with that, without further ado, I'll say goodbye. See you later this week. Peace.